Yes, 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 yes. And there we go. Just like that. I'm live. It's been a while. It's been a while. Hope everybody's doing good. Shout out to everybody that is subscribed. Shout out to everybody that supports me. Shout out to everybody that's just, alive today, that woke up being able to breathe, motivated. Um, Shouts out to you. Shouts out to all. Uh, Shouts out to everybody. Thank God. Thank Allah. It's another day, another dollar. So with that being said, uh, let me jump into a little bit of topics. Um, don't really know what to talk about. Maybe just talk a little bit of random stuff. But you guys really can't see, but the ladies are back there, and she's doing swell. She's doing awesome. She's like in week 4 flower. So just making sure I get all the inputs put in. Uh, just let her rock. So I'm a little bit nervous today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't done this in a while, so uh, don't have much to talk about. But let's get into it. Just getting over a freaking flood. Had so much rain come in the area. Um, Basically flooded everything. Uh, it's been raining nonstop out here in the northeast. So New England it's been getting really, really wet. And we're not really used to that stuff like that. So it's been a little bit difficult, especially for like the outdoor growing and getting your vegetables and everything right. And all the lady plants, all the medical plants outside, just getting them all situated. Now that it's starting to get hot, you can see them starting to just burst in growth. But yeah, I had a little leak in the basement. Had to take care of that. So it wasn't fun. Was not fun. Couple days. Uh, was stuck cementing walls and fixing cracks, but thank God we got it done. We got it taken care of. So, but there's been a lot on my mind lately, and been just pondering whether I should talk about it or you know. But I feel like this is my therapy, and sometimes you just gotta go on and go and get it off your chest. You know, uh, hasn't it's been a little tedious. It's been a little hard. It's been a little unmotivating. Just knowing that the process that I have to go through for building my podcast and trying to get supporters and followers, and when there's so many content creators out there that are doing such a crazy job and they're putting so much money into their pods, and sometimes it's overwhelming, like kind of where do where do I compete, where do I start? um but I know that I didn't choose this, it chose me. Not trying to be cocky, not trying to be, but kind of like talking is part of my life. I'm a barber, so I deal with people day in, day out. I deal with people's problems, their insecurities, their a little bit of everything. And God has blessed me enough to be able to relate with a lot of people on certain topics and be able to discuss a lot of a lot of different scenarios. And even though it can be very well, it is very beneficial for the client. They don't know that it's very beneficial for me as well, for my mental health, for my personal mindset, for my sanity. So, because a lot of time, people come with different situations, and like I just said, scenarios, and excuse me, I have a freaking fan. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, there's a lot of scenarios that benefit me and help me reflect on life, and certain situations that I've been through, and certain things that I've been through that maybe the brain has put behind, but it's something that humbly and respectfully we have to remember, because if you forget a lot of the trauma that you've been through, and you forget and put aside the results that you got from the situations that you've been through, guess what? It's just going to be a revolving door. And life life is a cycle. Life is everyday life is a circle. You know, you may think, or ups and downs, however you want to look at it, circle, roller coaster, ups and downs, however. But as long as you content being in this neutral line, right? As long as you accept being who you are in this area, you know, might not be the might not be the best position that you can be in life, but also isn't the worst position that you can be, right? If you accept being on this plane, right, and you own it, you know what you got to do. You know yourself when you're here. If you know yourself when you're here, you don't have to worry about when you're up here or when you're down here. Let me break that down for you, right? Because if you know who you are, your core foundation, uh, the person that you are deep down inside, only you know who that is. Only you know who you are. People might people might think they know about you. People might think that they know you better than you, but only you know who you are. Because there's different instances in life and different uh, people that we surround ourselves with, and sometimes you can change. Not saying that's a bad thing, that's being educated. Being an educated person comes with being able to adapt, being able to adapt in the room that you're in, being able to adapt to the people that you have around you. Because if you're able to adapt and you make people feel comfortable, and it comes to a point where you can be in a room full of billionaires and high class people, and they look at you, and their first instinct is to reject you because they're intimidated. They're intimidated by your look, your presence, the way you carry yourself, you know. But an educated man, a person that knows who they are, a person that has found themselves and is true to them, you can go in a room full of billionaires and be the brokest motherfucker in the world, and be able to connect with people, and not only connect, make them feel comfortable. You show them that you are not no dumb broke motherfucker, that you actually have some common sense. And once they learn to accept you in that moment, once you adapt it down to their level that they accept you and they feel comfortable, now little by little, you can show them who you really are. Not saying that you're a bad person, you're hiding something. No, is now you don't have to feel like you have to change yourself in order to speak somebody or be around certain circles or you know and a lot of times, you know our life situations, a lot of us are different. A lot of us might even come from the same neighborhoods, from the same city, from the same, but guess what? Our living situation is different. Our monetarily we're different. Uh, religiously we're different. Um, everything, our core beliefs, because the way that our family brought us up, they might have implemented certain practices in our belief system that make us different. Once you're educated enough to understand and really realize that everybody is different, but guess what? We're living in the same world. So even if we're different, we go through some of the same things, some of the same instances, some of the same trials, some of the same tribulations. So we got to stop keeping ourselves in this box and cornering ourselves in a market or whatever it may be, a category, because that's only holding you back. You're only holding yourself back. You're only limiting your life, your your progression in total. Because when you limit yourself to only a certain realm of people, guess what? Those are the those are the only sources that you're gonna have, or the people that are still in your same circle of life, and you're not gonna get very far, bro. It's kind of fucked up, but it's the truth. And I had to learn that, and a lot of us have to be put in situations where we learn that sometimes the people that we choose to keep around us, the people that we want to partake and have fun, and they only bringing us down. There is a lot of, oh my God, how can I say this? And before I get into that, you know who they are. You know who they are. Don't nobody have to tell you. Guess what? Because that friend that you think is your best friend, that person that you think that does everything for you, that person that you think that, hey, guess what? Sometimes they haven't been put in a position where their loyalty has been tested. Sometimes you are in the situation that you are in because of the friends that you have or the people that you keep around. Misery loves company. There comes a point in my life where, you hear your parents tell you when you're young, and oh, I don't like you with that person, or oh, that person isn't good for you, or and we look at them like, get the fuck out of here. Or you don't know shit. Or you don't know my friends, or you don't know me. Or guess what? It's sad. But what we can't see, our parents, our family, people that really love us, because let's not just say family, people that really people that really want the best for you. Guess what? They can see it. They can see the fake shit that your friend is doing. They can see the way that you, instead of putting your energy into you, you put it into them. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how Instead of focusing on the stuff that you know that you have to do, and it's clear as day that you need to do A, B, and C, but since your friend is in a situation, since your friend is in a tough spot in life, we have such a good heart. Guess what? That our friends' problems become our problems. That our friend's situation now becomes my situation. Our friends' monetary problems or whatever become our problems. So it doesn't it doesn't allow you to grow, because every time you're gonna get ahead, you're so caught up looking at your friend, it brings you down. You could be the happiest in the world. And if you keep taking on all this negative energy from other people and taking on all these demons and stuff that everybody else got, guess what? Guess what the fuck you're gonna be consumed with? Negative energy. I know it might sound crazy, but it's a fact. It's a fact. The person that you think wants the best for you, they're really jealous of you. That friend that know you got a new job and you're getting paid way more than them, and guess what? They might, oh yeah, oh my god, I'm so happy for you. Ah. But guess what? When you need something, or you need a babysitter, let's say that. Your friend isn't doing shit. Your friend lives off of the state, right? So they got no care in the motherfucking world. They live for free, they eat for free, they do, you know, they content with that lifestyle. So when they see you working for something and really going hard for something, they don't know that feeling because they got everything handed down to them. So they start getting a little bit jealous, a little bit envious. That seed is being planted, right? Now, you need a babysitter, you ask your friend, hey, listen, I got to pick up a double shift. Wow. You think you could take care of my kid for me? Oh, I'm busy, or I got something to do, or they might even tell you yes. They might tell you yes that first time, right? Or they might tell you from the beginning when you signed up for the job and you tell your best friend, listen, I'm going to sign up for a job, but guess what? I don't have a babysitter. I have nobody to care for my kids. And they tell you, don't worry, bro. Don't worry, sis. I got you. I got your back. Don't worry about it. You got you got a babysitter locked down, right? What happens? In the beginning, they take your kid, and you think everything's sweet. 2, 3 days later, the kid's a problem, and not because the kid is a problem. Is the problem that they sit in there with that envy, that jealousy, fucking boiling inside of them, and they don't know what to do. They realize that while you're out there going after your dreams, and you out there working for something and building something, and attempting to make it out, they're at home doing shit, living for free, taking care of your kids so you can get at your dreams. And something inside of their devilish mind says, you know what, fuck that. I don't want to see this motherfucker doing better than me. I'm over here watching this kid, and he's out there building a career for himself. What happens when he becomes rich or famous, or they're gonna forget about me? So what they start doing? They know you fucked up. You told them from the beginning that you fucked up, that you need help, that you need to save money to get out of a situation. So what they start doing? Oh, guess what? I don't know, but this isn't gonna work because I'm doing this for free for you, and you're working, making money. So I need to make money too. You need to pay me. That's the first wrench that they throw in. And there's nothing wrong with paying your friends. There's none. We all should pay our friends, so that way we all know our worth and we all getting compensated for our time. But but if you signed up for that, being a friend, and you signed up for that, you got to take it on the chin. Because only a real friend, they're gonna want to, they're gonna want to see the best for their friend. They're gonna want to see you succeed. They're gonna want to see you elevate. They're gonna want to see you do better, not only for you, but for your kid, and it will trickle down to them. But they go in it without any expectations because they genuinely fuck with you. They genuinely care. But when, like I said before, when you got people that don't care, that are leeches, guess what? They get intimidated. They see you doing good, they get intimidated. They get scared. Like, wow, he's doing it. I'm not. I'm a loser. He's not. He got shit. I don't. I'm broke. He got money. So misery loves company. Misery loves company. One more time. So you get misery loves company. And it's fucked up. But a lot of people are miserable. So they project that same energy to everybody they are around. So you have to watch who you are with. A lot of us can sit here and be honest with ourselves, and we know that there was a point of our life, each and every one of us. I bet you any money in the world that there was a point of our life that we had multiple friends. That any given day, any moment, you could pick up the phone. Oh, let me call this person. Oh, we out. Oh, we're gonna go chill. Oh, this person not around today. Guess what? I'm hitting this person up today, and we out. And little by little, as you get older, you start seeing who you really have in your corner. Some people that some people that really genuinely have your back. We done turned our back on them. People that genuinely want to see you do good. Those are the people you shit on because love is tough, right? And I didn't get this shit when I was younger. I didn't even fucking understand. I didn't understand because I was a product of my community. I was a product of my environment. I was a product of the people that were around me. I was a product of a dysfunctional household. I was a product of everything bad. And 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 I was a hard-headed, I can't even, I was a hard-headed, closed-minded, stuck in my ways individual, right? And mm, and it took me to go through certain situations in life and go through certain circumstances and go through certain things that that made me and molded me to the man that I am today, to realize that the people that love you the most tell you the most hurtful shit. Let me break that down. Not just fucking my ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend that sits here and want to fucking hurt you and make you cry, and no. Because hurtful shit is hurtful shit. Fucked up comments are fucked up comments. That's what we have to realize. So sit here and think, and I bet you can relate that because, like I said before, only we know us, only we know our truth, right? A lot of us are scared to accept it. A lot of us are scared to admit it, but we know our faults. We know what the fuck is going on. We act stupid for certain people. We put excuses. We know how to fucking duck and weave, and but you know the truth. That's why when someone triggers you and tells you, let's say like your mother knows the truth. Oh, you need to stop being lazy, and it hurts you. Like, oh, or your mother, listen, my mother done kicked me out my house, changed the fucking locks on the door. My mother done packed my clothes in bags and left it outside. My mother done did, and at the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck does this to their kid? What kind of fucked up individual puts their kid on the street at 13, 14 years old? But guess what? I was uncontrollable. I thought I was the man. At 13, 14 years old, I thought I was a fucking man. And I was just a lost, scared little boy with no real guidance, with no real man to actually sit there and build me up and uplift me and make me believe in myself and 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 for me to know my worth as a man, as a son, as a brother. The only male, my father was the type that he thought in his fucked up mind that by breaking you down and making you feel like scum of the earth, make you feel like shit, that was going to build you up. Let me fucking say the most hurtful stuff and talk shit and criticize and everything to this kid so he can grow some tough skin and become a strong man. Mind you, it did. But all the psychological and how can I explain this? All the damage that was caused, and it's sad. Want to sit here and me being a father, just sitting, thinking that a lot of the trauma, a lot of a lot of my mental health issues, a lot of everything stem from my dad. All the fucked up and hurtful shit that my pops then did. And I'm not saying my dad is the worst person in the world because at the end of the day, is my dad, and I always got love for him because there's one thing. Yeah, he might have. mm, Uh, 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 how can I say that? Shit, like mentally abused me, and like that. But he showed me a lot of shit, and also helped me understand that the world is a fucked up place. But the grand prize of it all is that he told me to be the father that I didn't want to be. That his 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 way of bringing me up, his way of teaching taught me that that's not the way that I want to teach. It made me realize that we come from two different opposite sides of the spectrum. Me and my dad. We're two different, but one and the same. And I prayed and I vowed to the Lord that the day that I had a son, that my son would never endure not 1% of the stuff that I had to go through. And like I said before, you know, like I said before, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, you know. But what I did, I've had is a lot of situations in life that put me in certain circumstances that allowed me to sit and reflect. You know, prison, nobody wants to go to prison. Nobody wants it. That's the worst. I wouldn't wish, listen, I don't wish prison on my enemy. And nowadays they make it look cool, and all these young boys, they want to get idolized because, oh, I did it. I went. I'm sure I'm from the street. Woo, 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 woo. And yeah, I did my time and la 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 la. I'm not no snitch. But guess what? You don't know the people that you're hurting. You're being fucking selfish. I didn't realize that shit. I was being selfish. I wasn't thinking about my child. I wasn't thinking about my mother. I wasn't thinking about my family. I wasn't thinking about nothing. I was so blinded and blacked out, and I was such a product of my environment that I let the pain and the rage overcome me, blind me, and I reacted in a sense that I wasn't thinking about the consequences. I wasn't thinking about my actions have reactions and consequences for my actions, but those consequences weren't only affecting me. My child, my child went years of her life. Mind you, she was a baby, but my child went years of her life without me. And that's something I'll never get back. To this day, the connection that I have with my daughter is completely different than the connection I have with my son. And I have to sit here and accept that as a man. I have to own that the choices that I made are a result of the relationship that I have with my daughter now. And mind you, I've done my steps and done everything and to mend, you know, and that bond and do everything that I have to do as a dad and do my part. But the system doesn't play fair. The system doesn't play fair. And what happens when you're just a product of the system and you playing their game? Sometimes It's overwhelming because their game is rigged. Their game, their game doesn't allow you. Their game doesn't allow you to get ahead in life. The way that their system was designed was to keep you in that same loop. Once you're in the system, you're in the system. But on the other hand, I'm a better dad today than I was back then. And I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Only God. But every single moment of my life, every single day that I wake up, every interaction that I have with my kid, I'm conscious of the fact that I know that I'm the example. I'm the example that he's looking at. I'm the one that's looking at, I'm the one that has to do my part and do what I have to do so that way the next generation does even better. We have to educate these kids. We got to tell them, we got to stop sugarcoating shit. They got to know that the world that we live in is fucked up. These kids are confused. They sitting here on TikTok, on YouTube, on video games all day, and they don't even know what the fuck they're really indulging in. They don't even know what they're indulging in. They don't know what they setting up. They're getting blinded. They're getting, there's so much evil out there. But I feel like we all have to do our part equally, you know? Each and every single one of us has to do our part. And it all starts with being true with yourself. There's a lot of shit that's hard to accept. There's a lot of stuff from your past that you might not want to own. There's probably people in our life that we don't want to forgive. Doesn't mean you have to forget, but forgive them. Not for them, for you. And once you start living life without so many burdens and carrying all that negative energy, a positive outcome will come out of it. Once you start learning to be you, once you start taking the time out to find out who you really are, what's your purpose. What is your purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? A lot of us don't. And some of us do. For a long time, I didn't know what my purpose was. For a long time, I questioned myself why I was living. Who, for a long time, I didn't know who I was. I was lost. I was lost. I was consumed doing stuff that I never in my life thought I would do. Because I was hard headed. I was being a hard headed young individual that thought that that shit won't happen to me. I'm better than them. They stupid. They ain't do it right. He don't know what the fuck he doing. I got this. And all that did was cause me and took away several years of my life sitting in prison. God knows, God knows what situation, you know, it's just, it's crazy. But it doesn't come out right, you know? When you're doing shit like that and you being selfish and only worrying about you and not caring about the people that give a fuck about you, it only could bring you one place, and it's bad. Because mind you, they could put you in a box, they could put you anywhere, they can lock you up for the rest of your life. But if your spirit isn't free, if your mind if your mind is fucked up, that's when you become a real prisoner. Sometimes it's crazy because yeah, I've done years out of my life in prison and sat there in a cell. You lose all hope. You lose all hope. It changes you. You start thinking that there's no purpose. You're caged. You're being controlled. But when you believe in your heart that everything is everything is beyond you. Everything that we do has already been written. God put us in certain situations because he know that we can make it out. When you start really realizing that, and when you really become conscious to the fact that everything you do has a consequence, and you stop living for you and start living for you and start reflecting and analyze and accept and come to an understanding and own every situation in your heart. It will only make you become a better person. My purpose in life, from what I understand, God put me on this earth to be able to communicate this to people, but not just to anybody, people like me, people that look like me, not necessarily, my skin tone, skin color, none of that. People that are the black sheep, people that get looked down upon, people that get misjudged, people that are misunderstood, young men that need to be guided, that feel like they gotta put on, they gotta show niggas what they made of. They gotta no. So, through my barbering, which is my talent, I aim I aim to be able to reflect with people, just open some people's eyes up and help heal a little bit of the hurt that's going on in the world, because it's a fucked up world that we live in. And deliver a message and be a vessel for the message that God has to give to the people. I'm not the most religious person in the world. I'm not no Bible hugger. And if I was, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But I don't feel like I have to prove anything to anybody. The only person that I have to prove something to is to God. God made us in His image. Because He knows our heart. And once you believe that and you own that, not only you will be a leader, but you will change. And for the better, for you. And with that change, you got to be prepared for a lot of stuff. And that's the problem that people have the most trouble with. With change, with change comes a lot of stuff. You start realizing that the people that you give a fuck about, you don't care no more. And it's not that you don't care, you realize the reality. You realize the negativity that they really been causing in your life. You realize the detriment that they've been causing in your life. Once you learn to be perfect alone for you, then you can expand. You can't sit and criticize the next person without looking yourself in the mirror. And the day that you look yourself in that mirror and you realize that anything anybody could say to you, you own it and they can't hurt you, or you accept it, that's when nobody else can manipulate you anymore. So I feel like we all, as human beings, just water. I feel like all of us as human beings, we are entitled to that. If we're entitled to anything in this world, we're entitled to knowing who the fuck we are. Really think about that. And it wasn't even my intention to sit here and rant about this topic, or but like I said, I'm a vessel for God's message and something that God put in my heart to talk about. So I talked about it. And sometimes it's hard for me to express completely, in words. What's on my But I hope the message was sent, I hope whoever is hearing this received at least a little bit of it, you know, because we can all change the world one person at a time. First, it got to begin with us. Yep. Now let's change topics. Let's brighten the mood a little bit, and let's talk about something else. Let me let me start my medication. Let me get medicated. Let me get medicated. You know, a little medication in me, and we could start the real conversations. Where's everybody from? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat who's reporting in? And these live streams are just, just regular everyday life conversations and stuff. Sometimes I gotta hop on and just, I know it's been a while. I've been caught up. I'm just waiting for a couple stuff to come together. That way we can really, really, put our energy into this podcast and into releasing content on a daily basis. You know, if anybody's out there that's listening and is in, and if you guys are in the New England area, uh, Connecticut preferably, if there's any video editors, any producers, any computer tech guys, hit me up. Hit me up. I definitely need a structured team. I had a few people, but they in their own world. They in their own world, so it's a little difficult. And everything I do is at God's pace. It's that gas. But yeah, I got a couple of genetics growing outside. I'm doing a seed hunt. I'm doing a pheno hunt actually to see, well, a geno and a pheno hunt because I'm looking for a specific pheno of my wedding cake, and then I'm doing a geno hunt to see what genetics are do good in this area. And so far it's been going good. Out of like the 20, hmm, like 20, no, maybe like 20. Out of like the 20 seeds that I popped, one of them came out male. So so that's a pretty good success rate, I could say. And I got I got the Jack Lotto. The Jack Lotto cake is in flour right now. Um, I got the Runch Jelly Runts muffin outside. She's ready. She's gonna be ready to come inside the flowers soon. But she's already pre-flowering. But I'm gonna take her into overdrive indoors. To bring her inside so that way she could really go ham. And what else? Hmm. I had a couple different genetics out there. I had to read back the names and stuff and look at the tags. But shout out to Mr. Grow It. Shout out to Cody on Homegrown TV. Shout out AC Infinity. Shout out AC Infinity for the setup. You know, definitely. I'm not sponsored, but AC Infinity, what's up? I got the DU in the middle. Uh, Dehumidifiers in the way, blocking a little bit of the view. But you see those top flowers? You see that canopy? Yeah, nothing but quality. Quality over quantity. Remember that. It's been a shitty couple days though. It's been fucked up out here. Fucking raining every day. It's just stupid. But we'll see. Fire. Ay, ay, ay. But no, we going on the hour now. We're on the 59-minute mark. Um, don't want to make this too long. I know I ranted for a while, got a little deep, you know, but I hope somebody, somebody could receive something from what I said. And that's why I gotta plug my, my laptop in. Hold on. We got power. Now we sounding better. Now we looking better. Now we not laggy. Hey, I was over here breaking my head why I keep lagging. And, woo! And it was because my laptop wasn't plugged in. What a bozo. But I look forward to building a solid community of followers, and just a community of good people, YouTubers, and I'm putting it into the world. I know I've said it several times. Maybe I've never put it on video, but trust and believe me. Trust and believe. The Real Faded podcast. The Real Faded podcast is gonna go. It's gonna blow. It's definitely gonna go. I'm Real G, and I'm your host of Real Faded podcast. And I'm sorry I keep pausing. You know, it's just that I want to make sure what I say, it comes out right. And sometimes I tend to say stuff a little bit too fast, and but remember when I tell you that the Real Faded podcast, the whole Real Faded movement by yours truly, Real G, will be one of the biggest. I'm not saying if God allows it to be the biggest, well, it will be. But if not, one of the biggest movements of this next generation. Remember that. I told you right now. And I'm going to make it work. I'm going to do. I've been putting in all the work for over going on over 20 years building building this that I have today. My following, my clientele base, my skills, and like we back to the beginning of the podcast, ups and downs in life. The only difference is, the only difference is, which is a big difference, is that, like I said, when you know yourself right here in the middle at a neutral state, if you know who you are, it doesn't matter if you up here or down here. You won't even feel it. It won't even affect you because you know who you are. If you remain humble, you never crumble. So, but I didn't know who I was right there. So every time I was up, I thought I was the man. Every time, I was up. We up and up here. It's stuck. But that's when all the demons come. That's when all the negative energy around you come. That's when temptation comes. That's when everything comes when you up here. And if you don't know yourself, you're gonna fucking you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna lose yourself up here. And all that's gonna come is little by little, guess what you're gonna end up? Down here, right here. And we all know where that could take you. If you down here, that brings out the worst in everybody. We all our conscience, well, not all, I only can speak for me. Let me stop. Because there's some people that have never been at the bottom. There's people that have hand out their whole motherfucking life. There's people that have been given so many opportunities their whole fucking life that they don't know what it is to be down. And that's not necessarily a good thing, because the moment that something tragic or a situation may come up or something happens where, guess what? Now we fucked up and they don't know how to handle it. That's how you get a lot of these people that they come from wealthy families, they're rich, or their parents give them everything they want, everything they ever dreamed of. In the moment that they hit rock bottom, they become fucking drug addicts. The moment that a tough situation hits them in life, they don't know what the fuck to do. Now you smoking crack because you don't know what to do, because you didn't know who you were, because you've never been put in real life situations. That's fucked up. So we have to remain humble and learn that life can always be better. Life can, for everybody, life can be better, but life can always be worse. Life can always be worse. Remember that. You could be 6 feet under right now. You can be in a 6x9 cell. You could be dead, bro. And I know there's some people that their life is so fucked up right now that in their mind it might be better to be dead. But trust me, there's nothing better than living. There's nothing better than life. There's nothing better than waking up every single morning and taking that breath. And I thank God for that. There's nothing better than being given an opportunity to live another day, to make it right. Because no matter how much you fucked up in the past, guess what? You can always make it right if you're allowed to live. You got to understand that. We all made mistakes. We all fucked up. We all do dumb shit. A lot of us do dumb shit. We're human. It's in our DNA to do dumb shit. But if you correct your thinking, if you open your mind, if you allow yourself to be guided, if you allow yourself to be taught from someone that has your interest, I mean your best at their interest. They want to see you shining, because not every, like I told you and like we spoke about before, not everybody is genuine. Not everybody want to see you win. Not everybody want to see you doing good. Not everybody even fuck with you. There's a lot of people that don't even fuck with you. They don't even like you. Your best friend might not even fuck with you. And it's sad, but it's the truth. Your best fucking friend that you think is your best friend And they might just be jealous of you. They might be envious of you. They might fucking see you and want to be you. They might want to wear your skin. Open your fucking eyes and realize who you got around you. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that just around you because they want to be you. They're looking for the opportunity to fucking double cross you, to get you out of that equation so they can be in it. Why do you think so many best friends fuck their best friend's significant other? It's because they want to be that person so bad that they will go and think they could do it better than them. Let me go fuck you. Let me go fuck your girl because you know what? You're a piece of shit. I know you and I see you every single day and I see the way you treat your girl and I could be better than you. So let me go. Boom. That's the devil. But there's people that think like that. Well, you know what? Damn, my boy, he got a new car. Let me ride with him every day. I'm up and down with him in his new car. Let me woo 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 woo, cause he got money. But really, they counting your pockets. They making you do because they want to be you. They feel entitled. And the sooner that we learn and become conscious to that and realize that shit, is the sooner that we'll do better. What's the saying? If I knew better, I'll do better. If I knew better, I would do better. But guess what? Someone here is telling you the whole time. I'm telling you. People are telling you what you got to do better. Sometimes we ask God for change. We ask God for a sign. We ask God. We ask God, right? Or Allah. We ask Allah, and when we get that sign, when we get when we get our answer, a lot of times a lot of people aren't satisfied with it because the truth hurts. The truth hurts. And the people that love you the most are going to tell you the most hurtful fucking shit because it's true. If the truth hurts and someone that loves you tells you the truth, it's going to hurt. And because they love you because you love them back, the energy's reciprocated, it's going to come, it's going to hurt double more. Open your eyes. Realize who really give a fuck about you. Realize who realize who's really taking out the energy to even tell you about yourself. A lot of people don't even got that. A lot of people don't even have, a lot of people aren't fortunate enough to have someone that gives a fuck about them enough to tell them the truth about themselves. And when we become conscious and we realize and we're ready to own that truth, that's when you're gonna know. That's when you're gonna know. But you gotta be woke. Everybody gotta be woke. And a lot of us are being we're being brainwashed. A lot of people is being brainwashed with all this consumerism, all this all this clout chasing, all this social media shit. Everybody wants to know how many people are following them, or or they want to know how many people like them, how many people give a fuck to comment. And though, yes, there may be people that make comment, and hey, positive energy is always accepted over here. If you want to talk and you want to, talk some shit, we're gonna educate. We're gonna you know, sit here and educate each other and learn some shit. Then I'm down for it. But but if you want to sit there and be on some ignorant shit, some little kid shit, go that way with that. I have a little kid. I have kids. I got kids. If I want to if I want to see little kid shit, I look at them. I don't know. I hope, I hope and pray to God that there's somebody out there that may need this message. And my message just ain't the clearest message in the world because listen, there's a lot of times that my messages come with hidden signals and shit. But you got to be able and educated, and you got to be smart enough to hear and read between the lines. What happened? I'm trying to telling me, and I'm putting my room, and basically, where's your mother? She doesn't want. She, she keeps yelling at me. But I'm trying to just tell Christ to help because me and mom been trying to tell Christ to help, and it's not really helping on his. Just go ignore him and tell him that if he keep messing with you, that I'm gonna go over there. Just do what you gotta do. Ignore him. Yep. Got lost now. Forgot what we was talking about. But hey, it is what it is. And back to that. Like I was saying way before, like I said, my messages are everywhere. You got to be a little bit intellectual to read the message and, read in between the lines. And because, hey, that's me. And if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. Real G. Real G shit. And this has been just a kind of a roller coaster conversation. A little emotional, but that's it's always good. And you know, just a little rant, little talk, little mind opener, the real faded way. And it might not be the way everybody else do it, you know, but hopefully you guys know what time it is. And with that being said, peace. Like, share, subscribe, share with people that genuinely, genuinely need need to hear, you know, a little motivational talk, a little compelling talk from someone not all suited and booted, you know, with a degree. Sometimes you need to hear from someone that's actually been through the same shit that you're going through. And trust, we all been through it. So, peace.